I'm Tom Zuckerman, Central Delta Water Agency. I just want to take the opportunity while Craig is here and the subject is being explored to suggest that the analysis of the situation in the Delta that he presented isn't complete. The Delta always has water in it. It goes up and down with the tides, but the forces of gravity ensure that there's always water there. The question is how much of it has been supplied by the ocean through the tides pushing salt back up into the water, and how much of it is being supplied by the natural tributaries to the Delta. So it's very difficult to engage in a discussion of shortage of water. It's really a question of water quality. And the point I wanted to make, which was certainly made in the Racanelli decision coming out of one of the early 1485 decisions by the State Water Board. Incidentally, as an aside, I've been involved in all of the State Water Resource Control Board hearings on the Delta water quality control plans. But recognize that when the Central Valley Project was authorized and built to take water from the Sacramento River system and transport it through the Delta to meet the needs of the users on the lower part of the San Joaquin River in replacement for the water that was being diverted at Friant. One of the obligations of the project was to provide salinity repulsion in the Delta and to control the intrusion of salinity into the Delta. The reason why that's important to understand is that at no time really in my lifetime has there been a toxic water situation in the Delta, that if you irrigated with water that was at that time off stream from your point of diversion, would you kill anything? The problem is it's an accumulation of salts in the soil through a year's irrigation, 2 years of irrigation, 3 years of irrigation. And so the discussion in trying to determine what is appropriate water quality relates to that. Prior to the institution of Shasta Dam, the CVP, and ultimately the State Water Project, the pattern of water flow through the Delta was quite different. There were much better water quality in the early part of the irrigation season, and at times during the drier years there was a salinity intrusion into the Delta, but the average water quality that the plant was seeing during that period of time and the soils were encountering was pretty good. Since that time, the water quality has deteriorated earlier in the season and improved somewhat in the latter part of the season. But everybody that was involved in that recognized that that was a bit of a physical solution, that there was a quid pro quo type of situation going on. So the obligation to provide better water quality in the summers under these water quality control plans is in partial compensation for the fact that the water quality has been deteriorated earlier in the season, and the accumulation in the salts and the leaching issues and all that stuff come to bear. Now, I don't want to go beyond that on that subject, but I did think it was important for you to understand that there is another dimension to this discussion about when people in the Delta should be or should not be diverting water that's being provided from storage, because in our view at least it was part of the original physical solution that established the need for water quality standards in the Delta during the summer. Thank you.